Hello, and welcome to Larger Curves today. I hope you smash that like button and smash the subscribe button on your way in. Make sure you ring the bell, y'all, so you can get notified next time I upload a video and so you can become part of this beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Okay, so I am here today to talk to us about love. I mean, Married to Medicine, that's the show. I'm always thinking about loves and marriages and whatever else, right? But Miss Kiki and Mademoiselle are in the house for roll call. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. You know what? Today we're going to talk about projection. Does everybody know what projection is? Let's look together. You know I love etymology. That's when you study like what words mean, right? And so we're going to look at projection today because I feel like it fits in with Simone on this episode. Simone was a bit of a projection whore on this episode. What's good, Candor? Thanks for popping through. I hope you're having a fantastic day, a well-deserved fantastic day. Amy Wheeler's in the house. Thanks for coming through today. We're here to talk about Married to Medicine, the latest episode. The Hilton Head, headed to Hilton Head, and it's hotheads in Hilton Head, or it's the setup in Hilton Head, or it's a lot of things in Hilton Head, okay? Thank you, Candor. I appreciate that. But let's share this screen so we can get at these words, y'all, because I think that we should start where things start, which is what it means. And I feel like what Simone was doing last night was a lot of this. Now, do you know what projection is? Projection involves attributing personal feelings, desires, or qualities to another person, group, animal, or object. People use projection to protect themselves from anxiety and internal discomfort without being fully aware of what drives their behavior. So we're going to look at that. And I think, Joanne, thanks for being in here. We're talking about Married to Medicine, you guys. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't got a chance to, go ahead and ring the bell, like I was saying. So I think Simone, Dr. Pancakes, and her sidekick, Tipsy Toya, are both types of projection whores. Yep, I said it. I said it. And this is just my opinion, allegedly, because what makes me believe that is that she does everything she says other people do, but never admits that she does it. So this definition right here, she attributes her personal qualities to other people to protect herself from discomfort and isn't even aware that she's doing it. That's what I feel Simone is doing. Okay. Hey, Dustin. Hey, Amy. Yes, yes. So I'm thinking that last episode, not this episode, last week's episode ended with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Pancakes, aka Simone, and Dr. Jackie all talking about Jackie and Curtis's Hilton Head, marital woes. He cheated on her on his way to Hilton Head with the lady. It made the episode. They dealt with it in real life on the show in front of us, and they were able to work it out. And that's part of why we love Married to Medicine. It was the first time in a reality show where we didn't see the people just throw in the towel. You know, sometimes on these reality shows, when the marriages get tested, the people run, and they're willing to run, and they let it get broken and don't even try to repair it. And in this case, Dr. Jackie and Calvin were the first couple that I can remember, like, not even getting the divorce. Even Nene and Greg got a divorce, remember? So they didn't get a divorce, Curtis and Jackie. And I respected that. You just got to respect people's institutions, however they run in their institution, as long as it's not based off of racist systems, or white supremacist systems, then just go ahead and do your institution any kind of way you feel like it, as far as I say, right? But I really respected that they were vulnerable, laid bare to the world, and were able to still recover from that. That had to be, how much crow you have to eat to be a woman of Jackie's stature and have this husband and have people think whatever they think about your prudeness, have everybody think what they think about you being so putting on airs and so proper and so classy and so above everybody. And that's the thing. Jackie doesn't put herself above people. She acts like Jackie. And then the way she acts makes people feel like she's over them somehow. I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, this is all my opinion, allegedly. So after Jackie and Curtis were able to make amends, save their relationship, and keep on the show and continue sharing their lives with us, then Dr. Pancakes and Cecile almost got a divorce because Cecile had a best girlfriend who would spend the holidays in the house and spend the night through the holiday season in his house with his woman, Dr. Pancakes. And I don't know how that even ended up happening to ultimately come to a head on Married to Medicine, the season that it did, when Simone was like, I'm tired of her. I don't want her to be your friend no more. Now, look, I'm a married woman. There is no way that it would have taken 10, 11, 12, 15, 10, or 2 freaking years for my husband to understand that his best girlfriend was an issue in our relationship. I would not have been playing all proper, oh, I'm cool with this shit. I would have been like, does she have a house? Can she go there? Does she have a man of her own that she can go be best friends with? There is like a million people in the world and she needs to go find hers because you're mine, dude. I don't care how insecure that sounds to who, whatever, but it ultimately ended up being what even Dr. Simone had to go back and do in her relationship, because you don't get cool points for allowing another vagina into your relationship and then complain about it. You don't get cool points. There's a line. You don't have to be the cool wife. You don't have to be the cool girlfriend. You don't have to. Well, okay, let me take that back. I was a hella cool girlfriend, okay? Me and my husband have been through some awesome experiences together because I was a cool girlfriend. But once we decided we was going to be married, I was like, babe, I pulled to Ashley. I'm like, we're not going to Ibiza every weekend. We're not going to Ibiza every weekend. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be like all this going out and being beautiful with other people, because I respected my union enough to know that 2 is enough. You don't need a third one in a marriage. So I'm looking at Cecile and his copper cup full of whatever he's drinking today, wondering, how are you so charming that smile, and you ain't got no job, and you took her $25,000 that time to start that app, and you were supposed to be a real estate agent, but you really just was out there playing golf with a woman who wasn't your wife, who I guess your wife ultimately had a problem with because now you don't get to hang out with her. And it was so bad that last season when you and your wife was on our show trying to come up with a storyline, and you said you was going to write a book and you wanted to show off that you knew Omarosa. Remember that season, y'all? So Dr. Simone knows Omarosa, big whoop-de-doo. And she was going to help Cecile and Simone write a book. But they couldn't get past they couldn't get past the table of contents, y'all, without all of their stuff coming up. Now, this is a woman who forgave her man, stayed with him, and is keeping it moving in a forward motion in front of our faces for us to see. Now, she stayed with him though, right? That's her choice. It's her institution. She stayed with him, but he couldn't stay with his best friend that believed that. But they couldn't even get through a chapter of table of contents for their book because they knew they would have to address the side chick best friend who almost had him get divorced in front of America. Happy Black History Month. Happy African American History Month. Because we are Africans making American history, okay? So I was so shocked and confused at Jackie's feelings being trampled on by her best friend of 20 years, as she liked to yell to Heavenly, I've been her friend for 20 years. That has zero to do with where you are and what you're doing right now to Jackie in 2023-24. I don't know what year that was shot. I bet it was 2023. So your best friend of 20 years is expected to go back to the scene of the crime that almost ended her marriage on a 10-year anniversary trip. I'm just trying to make it all make sense and fit into compartments in my head because none of it jives. None of it. How is it okay for you to not be able to get through a chapter of a book to the point where the book is off the table? Because we'd realized we had some more stuff to work on about that subject. But Jackie is expected to just get over the location of the scene of the crime. And then when Dr. Heavenly brings it to Dr. Pancakes' attention that, bitch, you really about to take our friend to the scene of the crime? Instead of the ladies rally around Dr. Jackie, instead of that happened, like they rallied around Toya to kick Quad off the island. Remember? So they know how to rally when they feel like it. But obviously this year they only rallying around bullshit. Because what they did to Quad was bullshit. And what they're doing to Jackie is now bullshit. But some people are calling it karma because Jackie was with the shits in both occasions. So what I am noticing about this projection that Simone is doing, she expects Jackie to be over something that she herself can't even write in a book with her husband. And then Tipsy Toya is going to jump in on the thing talking about the place didn't do it to you. You guys, they all just rallied around Tipsy Toya's crying, ungrateful, unhappy ass to get, because they were mad that Quad is savvy enough to know how to show up for work so she can get her paychecks to pay for that beautiful house that she got. So she was there to get a paycheck, but she not fucking with you, Toya. And that's why you were mad. And that's why you sent her home. Because she had already let it be known that she wasn't messing with you, Toya. So then Toya's like, well, I only want people here who are really going to support my wine addiction. And that's not you, Quad. Because you're only here because it's work. I mean, granted, we're all here because it's work, but you admitted it. Because you've been hanging around with your friend Dr. Heavenly too long, and you guys are both spitting truth way too often for our comfort. So you got to go, Quad. And I'm going to talk everybody into helping you have to go. Okay? And then for Jackie last episode and this episode to fix her freaking mouth to say that it's all Heavenly's fault that there's any chaos around this situation when that is projection. And a bit of Delulu. How is it Heavenly's fault for reminding your ass because your forgetful ass forgot your friend of 20 years got cheated on in Hilton Head, and as soon as you got remembered, instead of be like, oh my God, you're right, my friend of 20 years is going to have to go back and revisit this. Oh my God, I couldn't even finish my book last year. I know exactly how she feels. Let's have a group meeting. Anybody feel like going to Hilton Head? Jackie's not cool with it. Can we go someplace else? Let's go someplace else. I mean, it is a 10-year anniversary anyway. I don't know why we went down the street. Cheap much production? Or do you just want to be messy and try to get at these freaking relationships that have withstood all of the fame so far? It's not enough to production that Jackie and Curtis survived it, so now they're going to have to bring it up 10 years later or 6, 7 years later? Why would production do that, you guys? And why would the people on the thing allow production to do that? This is sounding very Mariah Huckish. I watched that interview with Mariah Huck last week, and she let her tell it. Those ladies did what production wanted them to do and get her off the show and put her in situations that weren't the best, and then call her out for her shenanigans and put her in hot seats. And all the ladies allowed themselves to be used by the devil, i.e. production, to steal that show from Mariah. And they allowed themselves to be used to steal that show from Mariah. Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, Toya, Quad, Heavenly, all did it. Now, they were all also very done with, and we already know Mariah did exactly what the hell they said. She acts so I'm up here and you're down there. She literally acts like that and says it. Whereas Jackie's energy just makes you feel like she's very aloof and up there. Mariah Huck would be like, I'm the reason for this show. I'm the and always reminding people about her stature over them. And the people were done with it. And they were like, do we really have to come to work and listen to this bullshit and work with her in scenes? And production was like, well, you don't have to. If you guys do this, this, and this, then we can try to get her off. And then when it's time for her contract to get re-signed, we'll tell her we don't want her as talent, but she could stay on in the other roles that she has. And they all went along with that shit because they were done with how Mariah treated them personally on a personal level. I can understand that. But that doesn't make this not Carmageddon for that. Mariah mentioned they all got bloody knives. And she got the holes in her back to prove it. And this is just like that situation. What they did to Quad was just like that situation. What they're doing to Jackie is just like that situation. They could have band together and protected Mariah. They could have band together and protected Jackie. They could have band together and been like, you know what? Friends make mistakes. Let's give Quad another chance. You know, she is single. She's trying to navigate this world. We're not the best friends either. Let's all just eat a little humble pie and keep this show moving because Quad's a good addition. But no, everybody's jockeying on that show for a position that can't be filled by an ensemble cast because there is no number one. There's only archetypes. There's the villain, there's the prude, there's the loudmouth, Simone, there's the drunk, Toya, there's the sassy one, Phaedra, and of course, villain is everybody makes Dr. Heavenly the villain, you know? So there's archetypes, but there is no HBIC number one to me on this cast. Now on Roa, Nene was the number one, and there ain't been a number one since then. And now that freaking Candy's gone, Ken thinks she gonna be number one, but she not even number one, or she would have been number one while Candy was there too, and she wasn't. So even with Candy far removed from the thing, I don't believe that Ken is ever gonna be number one because nobody likes that hoe. and a good lion. I'm married. I'm divorced. Still haven't seen nothing over there. Anyway, I'm all over the place. Let's come back to Married to Medicine. Yeah. Let's come back to Married to Medicine. Because for Simone to not change the location as the person in charge, I don't know how she gets in charge of picking trip locations, and how her and Cecile are the head couple when they can't even stand each other. They don't even have nothing for each other. I feel like Doctors Heavenly and Dr. Damon could be the number one couple, because I think they at least love each other and like to be around each other. I think Simone and Cecile are fun and like to drink around each other, but I don't think they like each other like that. I don't. And obviously, everybody's like, what is Curtis and Jackie still doing together? Didn't she get a cheek kiss the other day, or a forehead kiss or some shit? And that's like, ooh, practically the kiss of death in a relationship. Give me them lips every day. I want them hot. I want them hot lips on my lips. Don't give me no kiss on my forehead, fool. You know? Anyway, so let's get back to the story. So this episode picks up with the people all arriving at Simone's house to get ready to go to Hilton Head. And everybody's looking ever so. And Dr. G is so happy to be on camera again. Oh my God, did he ever miss it, you guys? He's so excited to be around the other men on camera again with a woman on his arm. He's so excited, okay? And Sweet Tea was there, Alicia was there, and her knuckle dragon husband, and Phaedra popped up right when they were getting ready to get in the tram. And before they leave, though, Simone says, oh, where's them other bitches at? But look, if anybody calls Simone, if Dr. Heavenly would have called them bitch, and they would be like, oh, you're going too far, you're doing too much. Yeah. Always. But let Simone say it, and it's all ha ha kiki, right? And so she says, let me call him. So she calls Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Heavenly very calmly, with no edge whatsoever, says, you know what? I'm not cool with this. Curtis isn't cool with it. If they not going, I'm not going. You already knew I wasn't cool with this, Simone. She says it very matter of fact, calmly to me. She wasn't loud about it. She didn't have no attitude. She wasn't like, bitch, I told you I wasn't going, the way she just got called a bitch before she got called. It wasn't like that. And then she says, I'm not going. So then, of course, Toya has to add something to it, because Toya's really the one who thinks she's in charge of who stays and who goes. And she flies just under the radar enough as just a wife for people to think that she's not that important to be able to decide who stays and who goes. But she very much is always in the who stays and who goes category. Like, she's always driving the narrative about who gets to go where. Like, Toya is doing way too much. Go play tennis, girl. Check that elbow. Make sure you stretch it out after and put that stuff on there so you don't get the tennis elbow. Because, yeah. Anyway, so Toya, of course, has something to say about that. And she's like, it's so rude. And I thought that was a really interesting word for Toya, who just kicked fucking Quad off an island, had her fly to a other location to send her home. That's what's rude, bitch. That's what's rude, Toya and Eugene sitting up there talking about, oh, that was so rude for Dr. Heavenly to say she wasn't going to come. What about us as friends? You guys don't care about Jackie as friends. You guys don't even care about each other, I'm finding out. This is really feeling like y'all don't care about each other at all. So all of a sudden, Dr. Heavenly's your friend, Toya, so much that you feel offended that she won't come on a group trip that she said she wasn't going to go on? Are you guys cleaning out your earwax? Are you doing your ear canneling? You know the thing where you put the wax in your ear, the funnel thing. They need to clean it out, because she said she wasn't coming before they left. So how is it rude the day of when she didn't come? I'm a little activated, because it's just not making sense. I don't like bullshit. I don't like BS. I don't like gaslight and freaking confusion. It's the devil. The author of confusion is the devil. Jesus, get it together. We saw what we saw. She said she wasn't going to go if she wasn't going. So how are you trying to convince America that she's a rude, mean friend for doing what the hell she said? You guys. And then when Dr. Pancakes calls Jackie, well, let me call Jackie. She calls Jackie, and Jackie says hello. And Dr. Pancakes lies. She's a freaking liar. Well, I just got off the phone with Heavenly, and she was being very, what did she say the word for Heavenly was? I have it right here in the picture. I have it right here. I might even play you the audio. Let me get to this damn audio. Because these people, I'll tell you the truth, y'all. I'll tell it. I'll tell it on 3 days. Let's see. Hey, babe.
Oreos.
I'll find them later. Yeah, here it is.
Is that Dalek's phone?
Yeah, but you can't have it. Leave it alone.
Why not?
Because it's still... Oh, you're late for your class. It was supposed to start 11:30, babe.
I'm
Are you in
class.
it? Okay, then yeah, you can't be in the class and on the phone.
Can I have an Oreo?
Not right now. You can have it at lunchtime. You know I homeschool you guys. That's why my son is in here talking. I homeschool. Because that's one way to make sure the police ain't over there putting their hands on your children. So here, this is this the one? I have the audio. And she said, let me call her. Is it this one? This one. No, that's when she was saying she had a big dick. Dang. Well, anyway, she said she was going to call Jackie. And she lies and tells Jackie that Dr. Heavenly was being very nasty demeanor. I think she said something like that. And Dr. Heavenly had a very nasty demeanor and said she wasn't coming, so I was calling you. Such a liar. We literally heard it. And what I heard was Dr. Heavenly being very caring and compassionate about the situation. And she's like, now look, I don't do this, Simone. But Simone in her projection and gaslighting phase wasn't hearing it. So then Jackie was like, well, Curtis doesn't want to go. You guys have no idea what my household has been through just this morning. And cries and gets off the phone to Toya saying, oh, you guys call him. So look how unprotected Jackie is in this situation. The same unprotected that Quad was in this situation. The same unprotected that Mariah was in this situation. I'm feeling like Toya and Simone are the ringleaders of getting bitches up out of the show and putting them in awkward situations. That's who I think is the real problem over here right now. They were in cahoots on Mariah. They were in cahoots on Toya. And now they're in cahoots on Dr. Jackie. Trying to make it hard for her over here in the streets of Married to Medicine. Where's your caring compassion? Didn't we have Toya, the ever unhappy housewife? I mean, if that's a storyline, okay. Being ungrateful every year because your husband gives you every fucking thing is not a storyline to me. Having sassy one-liners on occasion, but the rest of the time you're just a mean drunk is not a storyline, Toya. Do better, bitch. Why didn't you try to rally around Jackie, Toya? Why did you get on that phone and tell her the place didn't do it? We're not going to bring it up. Why didn't Jackie and why didn't Simone say, you know what? It's obviously too much. Let's go someplace else. Why not? And then Alicia, the noob, and freaking Sweet and Sour are also like, she needs to come. She's bailing. She needs to be in the hot seat. Why does she not get to come? You guys are noobs. Go sit down and do what noobs do. STFU. Your opinion does not matter. This is actually a 10-year anniversary trip about the OGs. Or did you not hear that part? So wherever the new Sweet and Sour thinks she should be is irrelevant. I haven't even got to the worst of it. I'm like I'm 30 minutes in and we're not even there yet. So then they all Jackie and them get off the phone crying. We've never heard Jackie cry. Jackie gets off the phone crying. And they're all, well, they're going to do what's best. And they still go to the place. Instead of rally around that black woman, they still go to they rallied around them to keep their marriage together the first time. Maybe you only get one on this show. Maybe you only get one rally. And the rest of the time, they're trying to tear you apart. Because they rallied around him the first time. And instead of them using that same compassion and spread it over here and be like, oh yeah, this is really fucked up. Obviously, she's not feeling good about this. We don't want her to come and have a bad time. And she's crying on the phone about the thought of being here. Oh, she needs to get over it. I thought she forgave him. Women are saying that about this woman. To anybody who says that, fuck you. I hope and pray you have a day when you need a little bit of compassion so that you can remember the lack of compassion you had for this woman who chose to forgive her partner in life and get over it under the condition that we're not going to Hilton Head no more. I don't care if I licked his balls, rimmed him, sucked his toes last night. I'm not going to Hilton Head today. And that's my prerogative. And for anybody to act like just because you would lay down with your husband who you forgave means that you have to travel the globe to any place that he had an indiscretion willingly, that's bullshit. And you need to check your psyche. You need to see what's torn inside of you that you would force your best friend who you say you love to go back to the scene of the crime and deal with it. What? Are you a trained professional? Are you a trained professional that you're going to walk her through her trauma? And then when she comes home fractured and in pieces, are you going to help her with her trauma? Or are you just going to re-traumatize her and tell her to go back and deliver the babies? And so then they get to the Hilton Head. Can we talk about the lack of Dr. Simone's taste? She kept her overbite her entire life. So she doesn't even care about having that. We can clearly see she used to suck her thumb. She used to suck her thumb. Okay. She don't care about that, but she's going to call Dr. Heavenly Dr. Dentures. Okay, overbite. She has no class. She has no taste. Every house she's ever had is meh. The interior design is meh. Sweet Tea did a better job than Dr. Simone. And then she's going to have the nerve to go over to Sweet Tea's house talking about didn't the walls used to be purple or some shit like that. Sweet Tea doesn't have nothing to say to Simone or Toya, though. She has no taste. She can't dress. Her hair is just always all right. Her makeup's on point because she doesn't really need a lot. She's a gorgeous woman. But she has no taste. You guys remember that year? She's like, couples trip, and I planned a boat. We going on the boat. It was a dinghy, you guys. The people on the Titanic escaping had better accommodations than the boat that Dr. Pancakes selected for them on that group trip that year. The dinghy. And then this time she's like, oh, we're doing it in style. We doing it in style. I was already worried, you guys. I was already worried. I was like, uh-oh, she used the word style. It's not going to go well. Oh, we doing it up in style. Her and Cecile. We doing it up in style. He's just so liquored up and happy all the time. He doesn't really even know. He's like, oh yeah, we're going. They get there and the Airbnb they picked, you can see the people in front of the house, on the side of the house, in the back of the house. You can see everybody's top flossing their teeth. You can see them reach for the remote control in their house and switch to the channel. You can practically read the subtitles on your neighbor's TV because it was such close accommodations. The pool was in the front of the house. And from what I understand, Hilton Head is a very non-melanated area. So you're going to have all these melanated Republicans and Democrats at the swim pool in the front yard with their thongs on. That's what I call butt cheeks, you guys, Republicans and Democrats, because there's a left one and a right one, and we get shit on all the time. Yeah. So they were supposed to have their melanated Republicans and Democrats out in the front yard when they can't even have a good conversation when Dr. Heavenly and them finally get there. to this just okay house, to these just okay accommodations. Dr. Heavenly and them finally pull up right when the crab boil is getting ready to happen. And they go and they sit down, and I appreciated Curtis letting it be known that they were there for no bullshit. They were there to have a good time. I appreciated Dr. Jackie stating her case. Dr. Heavenly didn't say much. And then, of course, here comes projection whore, Dr. Pancakes, Dr. Simone, the flip-flopper. Here she comes with something to try to make Heavenly the reason that they're in Hilton Head, and the reason that it's a problem, of course, is Heavenly. So here comes Dr. Pancakes with her, I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to you right now. Her whole posture was so aggressive. There was nothing like, oh my God, friend, I'm so glad you came. Last time I just heard you an hour ago, you were crying. We're going to have fun. Nobody mentioned anything. My friend came. My friend of 20 years, who I know longer than any hoe here, is here. So let's just have a good time. 10 years. The OGs are here. Let's show the noobs how to do it and have a great time, you guys. But no, Dr. Simone is not a great leader, you guys. She's not a good leader at all. Unless you want to go to war for no apparent reason. Because she sits down and says, I want to tell you. I'm talking to you. For anybody to suggest that I would try to hurt you on purpose, and just all in defense mode, all about her feelings, nothing about Jackie and Curtis, who just stated, we don't want no funk. We didn't come here for funk. Yep, she had her knife ready for her best friend of 20 years. And then Heavenly couldn't hold her tongue for a second longer, because she knew that everything she just said about how anybody could suggest that I would take you back here to hurt you. Bitch, we know you're talking about Dr. Heavenly, because she's the only one who's a real fucking friend in this group. To tell you the truth, even though it fucking hurts. That's what a real friend does. To tell you your breath stinks. You got spinach in your teeth. You got a booger in your eye. No, that dress doesn't look good. You stink. What you're doing is fucked up, taking her back to Hilton Head. It's all the same thing. So it's obviously you're talking about me in front of all these people with your posture like you the biggest tooth in town. And you are. I might have to change your name to Dr. Chipmunk instead of Dr. Pancakes, even though you're a flip-flopper. Anyway, so we know you're talking about Heavenly because she's the only one that had enough sense to try to rally around her friend whose marriage they just saved 8 years ago. Or however long, 6 or 7. Nobody really knows. So we know you're talking about Dr. Heavenly. So for you to tell Dr. Heavenly that I'm not talking to you, bitch, yes, you are. Actually, you are. If I'm in your vicinity and you're going to sit here and imply a lie on me, then you are talking to me, Dr. Chipmunk Pancake Simone. You and your copper cup husband are in fact talking about me. And I would set the record straight before you have everybody believing your lies some more. Pancakes. I didn't say you did it on purpose. I mentioned it to you and you still didn't change the location. That's what's up. But I didn't say nothing. Except for we shouldn't come here because of the situation. So, when Dr. Chipmunk Pancake Simone initially started her posturing with, let me tell you, she was already loud. We already know Dr. Pancakes is loud. In her office environment, she always talks like this. Now, what did you come in for today? So there's 2 Simones. I don't know if she's a Gemini or not. But she knows how to not yell at people when she doesn't need to. And she raises her voice around people she's comfortable with, obviously. Because she raised her voice to say all of that. And then when Dr. Heavenly said something back in the same tone, then Dr. Pancakes got louder. Then Dr. Heavenly got louder. Then they're both yelling at each other. Then Dr. Pancakes tells Heavenly, I don't give a fuck about you. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about you. But an hour ago, you guys were all saying it was rude because your friend Dr. Heavenly told you this moment before on the same day that she still wasn't going to do what she said 5 days ago, bitch. But I don't give a fuck about you. Came out her mouth so easy. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. And so Heavenly was like, I don't give a fuck about you either. You're a hating ass bitch. You're a hating ass bitch. So now they're just yelling. And Alicia's husband, his eyes were just so bug. He was sitting right next to Dr. Simone. So I know his ear was ringing. And then Cecile comes. Oh, the white people was walking by taking videos of the black people talking loud in the front yard of the accommodations that are not great that Simone and Cecile picked out, I guess. I don't know. They should have had that whole talk in the house because Simone knows she get loud. They know there's nothing but white people around. They know they can see what's on the subtitles in the TV across the street. So obviously, if you're out here talking in Simone tone, it's too loud. And then when you get Simone tone and Dr. Heavenly talking back to you tone, it's going to be really black. So they was taking video. And as it turned out, the police got called, you guys. In the live that they did on Phaedra's channel on Sunday, Toya said, I'm not the one that got the police called on me in Hilton Head. You did. For being so loud. And Dr. Heavenly said, so what? I did. So I don't know if that was a joke or what, but they said the police had got called because of that whole thing that happened that we saw at that stupid house with the swim pool in the front. In South Carolina, is that how they do it out there? You guys like to swim in the front of your house? So when you want to go skinny dipping or get it on with your guy in your pool or do whatever you guys do freaky style, they all get to watch for free? Is that an OnlyFans thing out there? I don't know. And then they didn't have a privacy fence even. They had the pool in the front with the lawn chairs and everything. I don't know. Look, I'm from California. We put our swim pools in the back. We like our swim pools in the back. We like a nice little privacy fence. Hopefully the hedges are high because if I feel like getting butt naked or doing whatever I'm doing back here, it's my business. But in South Carolina, it's all out on Front Street, literally. So anyway, then Cecile comes and he's like, yeah, the neighbor's already complaining. We got to go back in the house. So they're all picking up their shrimps and crab legs and corn cobs. And Sweet Tea's like, can't we all just get along? But when Jackie sat down, she told Jackie, you need to be in the hot seat. So I guess whatever producer is in Sweet Tea's ear, it's really working because she was not afraid. She was like, you need to be in the hot seat. You don't even know me, bitch. Sit down and learn your husband. Why do I need to be in a motherfucking hot seat? All my real friends just said they wouldn't bring the shit up if I came. But now because you're a noob and your story is that you sent an emoji you can't produce, that I got to be in a hot seat, bitch. Somebody told Sweet Tea to go after Jackie like that. I'm positive. That was straight target energy, you guys. Why was she on Jackie's ass like that? I don't care if Jackie did say, oh, is the stripper from the hotel gonna come at a stripper party? Get a sense of humor. Jackie finally made a joke. She should have knew to laugh. When does Jackie ever make a funny joke, you guys? That was a funny joke. And it was quick, too. Jackie was sitting over there in her little blue camisole talking about, oh, is the stripper from the hotel gonna come? Because remember when G got caught in the hotel, he was like, it was a stripper. When he was divorcing Quad. You know. But no. Jackie goes in the house. Sweet Tea wants smoke. But before they get all the way in the house, Dr. Simone has to project and lie some more to the noob because she needs people to see her in a certain way that is more complimentary than the way that you see Heavenly, who is obviously a real fucking friend who would stick up and yell at me about dragging my friend here to the scene of the crime. So she's whining to the knuckle dragger, Alicia's husband. That's what I call his antiquated ass. He believes in gender roles. I believe in gender roles too, but all this, I got to be barefoot in the kitchen and shit. I got money to make. I got dreams to do. I'm goaling for a lot of shit in this lifetime. I don't have time to be the woman that you want me to be. I need the woman that I'm here to be, fool. That's what I would say to that fool. I like your traditional gender role and everything, but you're going to have to eat this cat a lot more for me to go there with you. Okay? He doesn't even eat the cat, y'all. And he's expecting all these traditional ginger rolls. You better earn your Red Wings. Talk to me about a ginger roll, fool. Anyway, I don't know where that came from, you guys. I'm a little on one today. A little activated. No way. Brittany. I got a freaking live chat. I live in South Carolina and have never saw that. Okay, Hilton Head is just not made for people of color. Well, thank you, Brittany G, because I had no idea. I'm like, I've never seen it either. Who does that? Like, who puts a pool in the front? And then who rents it out? There had to be another Airbnb that was way better. In South Carolina, I see huge things on Zillow in South Carolina, and they had a regular schmegular single family residence reading subtitles on their neighbor's TV. She's so cheap. She doesn't have no style. Whenever Simone used the word style, no, it's going to be anti-style. How about that? Thank you for that super chat. I love it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I'm like, okay. So then they get in the house, and this is all still, they just got here, you guys. They still, I don't even know that Jackie has taken her stuff up to her room yet because they were getting ready to eat when they pulled up. So now they're in the house because they got chased from the front of the yard. And they're sitting down again. Heavenly, Curtis, Damon, Jackie, and Phaedra sitting at the table, finishing up their food. Sweet and Sour's over there. Toya's over there. And Simone is over there lying to the noobs, trying to make them think that Heavenly's the loudest one there. Oh, you haven't been around Heavenly before, have you? He's like, well, the eardrum that was on your side is the one I can't hear you from. He's like, with his other good ear, because now his left ear is his good ear. I mean, his right ear is his good ear, because she was sitting on his left side. And she's sitting there telling that boy, yeah, Heavenly's a lot. You're going to have to get used to it. No, bitch, you're a lot, Simone. You're too much overbite. Chipmunk. Chiclets. Liar. She's going to get in the house. And again, they talk about how we're not here for this. And then Sweet Tea. It was really weird how this happened. I'm really trying to figure out what exactly happened. They sit down, and I'm like, editing has been doing a very horrible job on a couple of shows that I really appreciate, because I'm a little confused at why that was said right then, and I'm pretty sure it was out of context. There had to be something that was said a little before and a little after, but the way they're splicing it up, it's really like, it's not cut smooth. It's leaving a lot of gapping questions, because it felt like Dr. Jackie was being just like, hey, look, can you guys leave me alone? And for some reason, Sweet Tea was activated. And no, Curtis was like, just leave us alone. And Sweet Tea doesn't know not to address the men, because, okay, let's go back a little bit. Remember when Dr. Heavenly addressed Cecile, it became a whole thing, right? right? So Sweet Tea doesn't know not to address the men. He just said, leave my wife alone. And Sweet Tea says, but Curtis, your wife didn't leave me alone when I had to deal with this, that, and the other. Did you guys catch that? I was like, what is this bitch doing? You were supposed to keep it all on Jackie. Why are you talking to Curtis? Why are you talking to Curtis, bitch? Okay. Okay, let me show you this. I think I do have that on tape. Here we go. Yep, I got something on tape.
Scheduled a trip to open old wounds. It's the dumbest I have seen in 10 years or 9 years that's come through her dentures.
What we said was it was a problem. We addressed the problem, told her it was a problem. She still didn't change it. I ain't never said that she did it on purpose.
Nobody's talking to you. I'm talking to her. Guess what? The neighbors are listening.
We're a little loud out here. Good white folk out here gonna kick your around.
So that was one of the scenes. Oh yeah, that's what she said. Dang, I thought I recorded that part too. Because she said, I want you to say what's ever going to make you feel good. Because, and Sweet Tea out of the blue says, fuck you, bitch. Bitch, fuck you. All out of the blue. That's why I'm like, what is editing doing? I have no idea why she said that. Even Dr. Jackie looking at her like, I'm confused. I took my Geritol this morning. Did this young whippersnapper just call me a bitch instead of ask could she help me cross the street? And then followed up with a fuck you? Oh, somebody better come get her. And Dr. G was looking at Sweet Tea like, uh-oh, Quad 2.0. Because Quad didn't hold her tongue much either, right? He looked so embarrassed. And then so Jackie was like, I'm going upstairs. And they all parted ways. And Dr. G was pretty much trying to tell Jackie, please don't be mad at her. And then, of course, and then Dr. Heavenly had to throw one more Quad in there. Quad was way worse. As far as, he said, you don't want me to let Sweet Tea out. She said Quad was way worse. Quad, meaning that Quad could spar verbally far better than your rookie edition Sweet Tea. Yeah. Let her loose. So then the next day, they all get in their cars and everything. And then the other part that really triggered me, I had to call my friend in Vegas. I was like, and then this bitch, because how you the villain and the victim, she's gonna have to learn. Noobs need to pay better attention. Okay, I don't know who told her everything because she said she didn't watch the show, but she obviously is up on some of the stuff, but she's not up on the important stuff. Okay, because you can be one thing at a time. After you just cuss out Dr. Jackie, talk about it, she ain't my mama and he sure ain't my daddy because Dr. G is my daddy. And she had all that humph in her chest when she was doing it. And then she gets to G and she starts crying. I was doing that to protect you. I was doing that to protect you. Can somebody put crazy in the chat? That bitch is crazy, you guys. She's either crazy or I need to see the full argument for the entire context because it was literally about Jackie and Curtis saying, don't mention our shit. And their friends saying they weren't going to mention their shit. But except for Toya, who said, well, now the shit's mentioned, so let's talk about it. So I feel like this was all a setup. And it was all done by Dr. Pancakes and Toya specifically. Because they could have rallied with their friend, but instead, not only did they talk her into coming, but now they're still going to bring it up because it got brought up. You guys! And then for Sweet and Sour to get back to Dr. G's room, I really wish Dr. G could grow a muscle definition on either arm. It would make him slightly more attractive. slightly more attractive, but some body types just don't have no arm definition at all. And Dr. G is one of them. He's a great guy. She loves him. I love it. It's okay. I'm not body shaming him. I'm just saying I haven't seen a lot of men with zero muscle definition. I don't even know if he had like where his biceps start. Okay. Anyway, he's sitting there with Sweet and Sour, and he's telling her that he expects more from her, and don't do that shit again. You really embarrassed me. That's what he was saying. That's the translation. But what he said was, oh, I really like it if you don't get yourself worked up like that anymore. Mm-hmm. And then he told her, you need to apologize. And then she's like, oh, I was doing that to protect you. Why does your man need your protection? That's when she should have paid attention to the knuckle dragger and respected gender roles. And you let your man take up for you. You don't need to take up for your man. Taking up for Dr. G. Too much, too little, too late, little girl. That had nothing to do with Dr. G. I was just taking up for you. You sound crazy, bitch. All the gaslight in the room from Dr. Simone pretending like what she did wasn't with a plot and plan left you a little dizzy, huh? I did it to protect you? Did somebody mention Dr. G and I missed something? Did I blink? Did I use the bathroom that something was said at all during the entire night that had anything to do with Dr. G and Sweet and Sour? So for her to take these moments and try to do these things is so NECA. Yeah, I said it, NECA. So thirsty buckets. Somebody get this girl a pitcher of water. She's parched because you are trying to make two things go together that obviously don't go together. Square pegs and round holes don't fit. It had nothing to do with G. You're obviously out of your environment. You don't even know what the fuck you're saying. You need a nap? Do you need a nap? So then the next day, she almost apologizes. And Dr. Jackie shut her down. She said, oh, those are nice words, but that bitch and that shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Dr. Heavenly said, she's never getting forgiven. And Toya was like, can't tell her what to say now. So that proves that Toya has been telling her things to say, which is what Dr. Heavenly had mentioned was happening. She said that somebody's been putting battery in Sweet and Sour's back, telling her what to say, and she's easily led. And then in the confessional, Toya says, I can't help her with this one. I can't tell her what to say. So she just told on herself that she is the one that's been putting batteries in Sweet Tea's back, telling her little different stuff to do. Mm-hmm. I caught that. I caught it. And then Sweet Tea got all nervous. She went from it's not my mama and not my daddy to, do you think she accepted my apology? And Heavenly's like, no. And even Dr. Alicia was like, no. She was shaking her head, no. And Phaedra was just doing all the faces she could do. Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of Phaedra, the one thing I did like in this episode was when she was like, oh, I love traditional gender roles, when she needed her bags taken upstairs. And then Dr. Alicia comes downstairs and she says, oh, my husband said I need to go to Phaedra University. And she said, why? Because I like traditional gender roles. And she said, yeah. And I thought that was a little cute exchange. Where's that? I have that right here. And then we're going to be out.
Of course these fine gentlemen are going to carry my luggage upstairs because Mia wants to help. I love traditional gender roles. So I let them buy, pay, carry, and pamper me like the princess I am. I mean, that's just being me. My husband just told me I need to go to Phaedra University. Why? Because I know gender roles? Yeah, my husband said, yes, I'm going to practice discrimination. Help me. Right. See, I don't say it. Help me. You can't say you're so strong, baby. You're so strong, baby. Help me. That's right. Yeah. I grew up in a single parent home.
So he was so excited in the back, looking at Phaedra, see. And then they had another little talk. Where'd it go? Because of course Toya wasn't getting enough attention.
That's right.
But now they're going as far as saying I'm half a man. I'm a tough woman. I'm a man too.
That's
like,
right.
What's to help you?
I've never said that to my husband, but I'm not half of me. No.
Good.
I may give off dick energy. Big dick energy. Oh, no. But I'm all vagina. All vagina.
Ain't no this now. And I look first.
No.
Isn't that too much? What Toya said right there. She likes to say shocking things in front of new husbands. I noticed, because she was talking to Alicia's husband in front of her husband, talking about big dick energy, but I'm all vagina. That's like a little inappropriate, and I'm like, okay. But also, Toya's the one that went and sat on other men's laps in the past, but quad's the problem. Okay, so I'm looking forward to next episode where we're gonna have some more drama, some more yelling, some more mayhem, and some more Dr. Chipmunks deflecting, gaslighting, and making everybody else the problem instead of her poor excuse of a friend ass. Let's get to these comments because I was really, really, really going in. Let's see. I'm going back up. How far? Oh my God, you guys have been talking. Okay. So why are they sending these Black women to all these shows? Yeah, to Southern places. Went to Hilton Head on RHOA. Went to Austin. Knuckle dragger. Totally. I mean, he's very antiquated. When you come over to a whole new country, you should adapt some of their customs and cultures, just a couple, okay? Because you do not want to be like, oh, in my country, we don't do this, that, and the other, and then have Phaedra say, mine do. I never seen a pool in the front before either. Amy Willer, I'm sick of it. Send me to South America or Europe. Yeah. Like, why are the Miami ladies are produced by the same people as Married to Medicine, and they're in Mexico right now? You know? They don't go to Fort Lauderdale. They don't go down to the Florida Keys on a freaking vacation. They don't go up the street to Atlantic City. But all the melanated goddesses for a 10-year anniversary are over here in Hilton Head, the scene of the crime. Yes, very rare form. Some things are going on with me, you guys. You know, my dad's memorial is coming up on Saturday. Right? That was what I want to see. I live in the South. I don't want to see that. Now you can drive to Austin. I wonder why they stopped sending them for international trips too. I do too. And just some cast though. Because we see the Beverly Hills ladies are over there. The other ones are over there. The other ones get over there. They don't market this show good, and they get shit trips. I'm calling discrimination. Damn it. I said it. Who do I call about it? Mademoiselle, that's what I was asking. The whole family is from Georgia, and I was born there, but I don't want to be on my vacation, right? Lack of concern by production too. I feel like production did it on purpose. I don't know that production is concerned with anything except for exactly what they got was chaos. But for Simone to be so willing to do it against her friend of 22 years, that's what I don't understand. Yes. Pisses me off asking them to hurt. Yes, it's crazy. Simone is fake as F. Yes. You should, when it comes to friends, she should be the last one. Yes, I would want to hang out with. Oh, you disagreed with the stripper statement because the stripper was in Curtis's face. The stripper was in Damon's face. And Dr. G literally invited the stripper from his bachelor party to the wedding, you guys. But is she mad about that? Is Sweet and Sour mad that the 8th housewife can do a flashback to your now husband on his bachelor night? When at your bachelor party, somebody was saying, is the stripper going to get invited? Your now husband was literally inviting a stripper. And I think she showed up too, y'all. Mademoiselle, I was asking if Black cast not allowed out of sex. I know, right? I don't know. Is it? Heavenly said it's never said it intentionally, right? Simone is the real snake. If you guys really look at it, Simone gets a lot of passes and she gets to act like she didn't just do what she did. And she literally just did it. I've been peeping her for a while. It had to have been edited because that was just an awkward. She said, I feel like you should say whatever you want to say. And she's like, fuck you, bitch. Well, she got Tourette's all of a sudden. What's that about? It was weird. Yes. Yes. It looked edited. There's something's on the floor. Okay. Dr. G was confused too. He was like, but I like how he didn't check her in front of them. Now, I love that kind of relationship. Don't come checking me. If you're my partner, don't come checking me in front of nobody else. Save it for when we get home. We're united front in front of these motherfuckers. Everything I say is correct, right? Yep. Okay. And then as soon as I get home, you can be like, well, that sounded a little crazy. But in front of people, I'll just sit here and look a little confused. I won't say nothing. But I'm going to talk to you about that as soon as we get to the room. Quad 2.0 side of crazy. I was team Sweet Tea on her getting Dr. Jackie. Someone needs to light a fire. Dr. Jackie feels she is above the mess, but she's on a reality show. And I commented on that earlier. I started this live by saying, I feel like the way Dr. Jackie presents herself allows room for other people to feel that she feels she's above the mess. You see what I'm saying? So it's all in presentation, because I don't think like she'd be on the reality show if she wasn't with giving us something. But why is it Sweet Tea, who's only known you 5 minutes, who's the one who gets to attack your marriage based off of something that happened 6 years ago when you weren't even here? So that's why I have an issue with this right here, mademoiselle. Thanks for coming through. I don't feel like Dr. Jackie feels she's above the mess. I feel she presents that she's above the mess, doesn't get involved in the fray unless she has a lemon to hand you. And, remember she used to have the lemon thing and everybody passed the pitcher around and whoever had the lemon could talk. Remember that season? And she's just always trying to be very composed and in control. And that even makes me feel like Dr. Jackie's over me. But she's not. She's just acting how Jackie acts. But I don't act like that. And when I meet people who do, I feel like they might be over me or something. I don't think people can make you feel something. I feel like I don't think that that's her intention. Let me just say that. I don't think that's her intention. She's just quiet and reserved, and people take that a kind of way, in my opinion. And I appreciate yours. Quad never spoke crazy. She could talk all day, but she could read. Yep. And all this one is doing is talking crazy. Fuck you then, bitch. I'm going to fuck you up. No. I'm going to call my mama. We going to call our daddy. We got cousins. No. She don't know who she fucking with. I don't can be all no. You don't know me like that. No. I'm like, oh my God. You can take the girl out of the ghetto, but can you take the ghetto out of the girl, sweetie? No, I'm just kidding. I miss Quad so much. That was messed up. She's going to come back in a couple episodes. Well, they only got 2 or 3 left. No, they only got 1 or 2 left. So Quad's definitely going to be back. I was not completely mad at it, but I felt like something was left out. Definitely. Right out of nowhere. Like she has Tourette's or something. In a minute, baby. The context, sweet and sour. That's what I'm saying. Seems like she's into G. Limp kiss, dead arms for a hug. Not into, I don't know. There's an advantage to finding somebody who likes you more than you like them. That can be an advantageous relationship. It's feeling really forced and arranged at this point. I don't know, but they like each other. She better be into him. She went to a sugar daddy support group, you guys. She better be into him or go check in with the support group, because I'm sure that happens in these May-December relationships. Let's see. Contessa was getting really physical and jumped. Yeah. And they cut that from the show because they don't want to take it there. And I would like sometimes to know about this back stuff, because if Contessa can jump across a table and try to physically assault me, and I'm still willing to just be like, I was just kidding, like, what's the problem? Then, ooh, I would love to see the whole thing, but I don't want these women to damage their professional personas either. Toya has always just been a messy, ungrateful drunk. Big mistake. Why did Sweet Tea apologize? Stand in your mess, right? And why did you cry? Why did you get back to the room and cry? I'm trying to take you. And then apologize. And then care if she accepted your apology if she ain't your mama. Okay. Nope. Dr. G didn't say nothing. I wish we could see the unedited version. Me too. I like Dr. Alicia and her husband. They do have something to bring to the show. I like it. They're a little quirky, but he doesn't know her as well as he thinks, because I would not have let TV be the place that I found out I need to eat my wife out more. I wouldn't have let that happen. My husband just walked in. I'm sorry. He's cracking up. According to Toya's hating rules for Quad, Phaedra, yes, I was surprised she didn't say something so we could hear it about why does Phaedra get to come. She's not a couple, because Toya really hates when a single is allowed on the trip. Yes. And I told you that lends itself back to Toya is in charge of who stays and who goes in her eyes. Okay. Tried to say something, getting on the bus. Simone had to, oh no, what? She did? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that little scene. And because I did notice that Simone said, oh, you were in this bus. But I didn't notice that Toya tried to say anything. But Toya knew she was on the way, because in the house, she was like, where are these bitches? Dr. Jackie, Heavenly, and Phaedra. That's the bitches she was talking about. So if Toya's gonna wait till Phaedra gets there to be like, why is a single lady coming? Toya needs to drink some wine. Go stomp some grapes, lady. I'll be praying for a meal. Thank you. Simone gets a pass. You think Simone gets passed? Oh, passes. Yeah. She does get passes. All the time. All the time. Like, she didn't just do all of that stuff. Loony. Crazy. He checked her in front of them because he's a narc. He didn't check her. Oh, he didn't check her in front of them because he's a narc who bought into all the support he got against Quad and learned how to play the show game better. Yeah, he knows how to STFU. Thank you. And then the last comment, Mademoiselle says, where'd it go? If Sweet Tea needs a support group, she's not really happy to begin with an old man. That's what I'm saying. You usually go to support. Look, I went to a support group because I was fat. People go to support groups because they're codependent. People go to support groups because they learn how to grieve with the loss of a loved one or the sickness of a loved one or recovering breast cancer. All these kinds of things for situations, you're right, that you don't really want to endure or have had to endure, and they cause you some kind of trauma. So why was she going to the support group for sugar daddies in the first place? That's an excellent question. Does she even know what she wants? I don't know. I thank you guys for coming through today. I hope you had fun with me. I'm going to go now and listen to Carlos King, talk to Mariah Huck for the second half, and see who she blows up today. And yeah, Dr. G and Sweet Tea. They're an odd couple. Yep. Very odd couple. Very odd. But hopefully she'll give him a baby. Hopefully she'll get that baby worked out. I hope so. Bye, honey. Oh, it was so good. Oh, awesome. I appreciate all my Curvies for coming through. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. All right. I love you guys. Au revoir, mademoiselle. Au revoir, Joanne. Au revoir, I've been thinking. I love it. Au revoir, Amy. See you guys later. Make it a great day.